Right, let's make a start. Make sure the width part.
Is that when you see
So we're having painting inside of us. It's sociable. I'm not going to injure people. So Rosemary's not here anyway. She's the only one that's upset because she can't hear.
We're all right.
Yeah, Rosemary's away, so we're just going to go.
meant to be social.
It is supposed to be. When if you're with the Grand Master, then you're quiet.
Yeah.
And there was a lady, there's a lady who teaches karate as well as Tai Chi. So the karate people are much it's much more written and disciplined than the Tai Chi people are be a little bit relaxed. And then if anyone's chatting, she'll go, let me just pin. So she'll go, be quiet for the Grand Master, be quiet for the Master, and go shh, like that. And then we'll all go, you know. Tai Chi people aren't really second chat.
Part of their culture.
Exactly. It's Tai Chi. It's talk Chi. Chat Chi. Chat Chi.
So it's Thai chat.
Thai chat, yeah. So we're just feeling that. And then we're going forwards and back. So we're going to do walking exercises today. It's very gentle. We're doing a little bit of silk reading just because it's nice to do. It's quite warm now, so we'll just do a little minimal warm up. Yeah. Because the sun's out, birds are singing. I missed my teacher's 6 AM class again, but I was up late doing paperwork till really not very good o'clock this morning. I needed, I've got to stop. I mean, when I was younger, I used to be able to do full all-nighters and get things done if I had assignments and things. And there was a deadline and it had to be in by a certain thing, and then you just, I can't do that anymore without it, you know. Yeah, you've got to be kind. You've got to be kind to yourself. And so I'll probably have a little hit this afternoon. Just so so one thing. So this bit. So my cello teacher was talking about this, the crowns floating and the chin's tucked in, and that helps lengthen the neck. And we were really excited. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the influx of Burwellians on the.
How many are there now? How many are there now?
Overall, there's maybe about 20. So there's less in the first group because it's advanced, and then there's usually about 10 or more in the second group, and that makes about 20 overall, which is great. They're all lovely. And I've got a date for Kingfisher's Bridge. We're doing a half day in April 1st, and then we're going to do something at the end of May for a whole day, and then something else maybe July or August. I've just got to negotiate with James what's the best date then. We don't want them too close together. Because the idea is we want to get money for the. I want to get money for the water buffaloes. I think they deserve it, you know, a bit of extra cake or something, and then we're going round and round. You see. So I'm going to feel the feet and get this soft, so the muscles are soft. It's upward feeling in bones, bones supporting bones, holding up and relaxing and breathing. It's chatter size, isn't it? You know, I mean, I'm not. If it was younger people or like children, then you have to be a bit more like, you know, but we're here, but we're volunteering. You know, so if this had been 20 years ago when I first started teaching, because I'd come from a very traditional way to be like that. Life's too short. You're still exercising, you're still moving. But it does help to pay attention to what you're doing. If you do focus a bit, that's a useful thing to develop.
Telephone could change direction.
Yeah. I'll try and remember this time. Okay, change. There you go. So we're just going round and round in the circle. Yeah, so I didn't bring my cello. I brought it on Monday, my cello. So any of you that come and see me on a Monday, I'll bring it on the Monday. And because yeah, I've got a friend. I've never met him. We talk on Messenger, and we're both songwriters. So he writes songs, and I think that's all he's doing. I think he's too unwell to work or something. So he spent his whole time writing these really nice songs. And I was telling him about my new cello, and I said, "Yeah, have a listen to this." And I sent him a little recording of it. I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh, could you please put some cello on some of my tracks?" I said, "I'd love to." Because then I've collaborated with a guy in Brazil, and I've done that. You know, you just send them the thing, and they can do it wherever they live. It's very clever. And we'll just do tiny turning, tiny turning. So I'm just waiting for him to send me some stuff, and I'll send, because the man who lent me the cello wants to hear what it makes. So I'm on a long-term loan. Long-term loans. It's a bit like it's like if you adopt a donkey, like at the Sidmouth Donkey Sanctuary, every now and then you get sent a postcard from them saying, "I ate a carrot today, it was really good," or whatever. And I sat under a brush in the sunshine, and I was really, you know, and I love that place. Now that's a good idea. I might approach them and say if they want to do Tai Chi and donkeys, I would be well up for that. Can I please come and do Tai Chi in your donkey sanctuary? I think that could be a thing. Could be one of the if that's too loud where you're over there, I'll turn it down a bit. I'll turn it down. It's I mean, that's where I am. And I haven't got my, I forgot my things still charging.
When you go online,
one of the handpan playing people in France, Warren Shanty, he plays to donkeys and cows and goats, and it's really, and you see them just very, very curious because they go, "Oh, what's that funny noise?" And then they go and stare at him. And he'll get an audience he looks great with the donkey audience, and then some of them will go, "That looks interesting, I wonder what it tastes like." So we'll be playing, and then every now and then there'll be a video of this donkey licking his handpan, which I just thought was hilarious. And he just blithely, you know, with the right. So let's do a little bit of gentle bouncing. So yeah, my cello teacher was saying the importance of having this lined up properly, because if it's too far forward or too far back, she said the head was like 2 or 3 bags of sugar in weight. Is that right? Something like that. Yeah. So if you're like that, that's a lot of weight you're putting on your spine. Whereas if you're like that, then the spine, the structure can cope, and you're not putting strain on that. So just gently.
And at least you can hold it up so long, really, because most be on all fours, aren't we?
Well, we're supposed to be on all fours, but and then you're supposed to be lengthening, because but we're not all fours like that. That would be because you need to look forward. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, my back's never ever going to be fully straight, but that's okay. You can still lengthen. And then just gently shaking. So with the shaking, what you want to do, I went to see Eva online last night, Eva and Corel, and we mostly did standing actually. We'll do a tiny bit of standing today. We'll look at the walking, and we'll go up. Keep going. Gentle stretch. And
You'll have to send us the links to Emrose.
Yeah, she doesn't. No, she doesn't really record it. You just have to be there. So she teaches a free class at 8:30 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays in the morning. If you can get up that time, they're fantastic. They're not hard at all. They're very, very gentle. And she's been teaching since 1985 or something. So she really knows her stuff. Teaching Tai Chi, she was already a yoga teacher. And she really knows lots of things. She knows a lot. And she's an amazingly good knit. She can squat. She can squat and come up, and she's 76 or 77 or something. She's brilliant. So yeah, if you send me an email, I'll send you her. Send me an email and I'll send you the thing. Because it's free unless you want to give a donation or something. But she knows so much. Really, really high level. I mean, really, she ought to have been recognised as a master by now. She really is. She's like one of the people that come over that I pay to see. Actually, she knows more than him, but obviously, so she's very got the badge. She ain't got the badge, yeah, but she's really quite phenomenal now. She's taken over quite a bit of the teaching. So let's just do a little bit of, we'll just do a tiny bit. Yeah. And then the other way. So while we're doing these, just pay attention to what you can sense. So that's including the physical state, but also what your moods are doing. You can kind of watch them. Yeah. And then the other side. So it is normal to, occasionally in Tai Chi feel bored or completely furious or whatever, and then it kind of passes after a while. But we did a lot of standing. We spent 40 minutes standing last night. I found that actually not as hard as I thought I was going to, because we kept changing the stance every 10 minutes. So she said, right, try another stance. And that was a much nicer way, rather than staying in one stance for 40 minutes. So just wake up the legs, wake up the legs, wake up the legs, wake up the legs. And then we'll do this. We'll do this one. We'll do this one. 1, 2, 3. This is a big one. I really love to hit 5, 6, 7, 8, and then forward back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, So I learned that off on TikTok, one of the Chinese masters, one of the lady Chinese masters, and I thought, that's brilliant. It's really good, really good. Yeah, let's do this one. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe in. And the other thing I've been doing every now and then, Mr. Motivator's teaching free classes on Zoom. I just joined his thing. I'm going to try that out. He's brilliant, because while Eli's away teaching in Malta, I'll go to Mr. Motivator. He's fantastic. He's 73 now. He's super fit. And his missus is amazingly fit as well. She's 67 or 68, and they're both of them, they teach, and they wear these amazing bright light lycra like he used to, with socks that are completely bright and totally odd. Completely, and he just looks amazing. He's great. I highly recommend him. He's great. It's hilarious. And he does loads about nutrition and stuff. He's proper, yeah, really good. If you want something a bit different. Okay, let's just do this. Let's breathe in, breathe out. I'll just show that from the diagonal view. Look, so like this. So when the hands come up, they're sort of like this shape. Put your hand on there like that and make that shape. And then when they come down, they expand. I'll just show you. They expand out like this. And you want the movement to be connected and smooth, soft, smooth, and slow. So you're like, you know, we're like being real smooth operators, like caramel. So it's all very nice. Let's breathe in. Look at that, beautiful. And then if we go back to the tiny turn. Okay, and then we'll do this one. Open, close. Open. So we didn't do any squats today. I just thought, no. So yeah, Eli is teaching like a 2-week training camp in Malta. I would love to go and do that, but he's quite full on because he's quite a youngster, and his students are all sort of fighters, really. They do the fighting styles, so it's quite robust what he does. But he's very open. He doesn't mind. He'll teach everybody. He doesn't care, even if you're rubbish. It's great. There's this really nice form that he teaches. I'm absolutely dreadful at it, but I just love doing it because it's such a nice form. So it's really good. There we go. There we are. Nice. Okay. What's that back one? Which back one? Hard back or something. Oh, I can't remember. Problem is, I keep forgetting. I've been doing it so long, I've probably forgotten all of them. In Burwell, in the beginners class, we've been doing the 8 strands of the brocade, one gin. There might be, there's an owl one, the owl.
The owl turn.
Yeah, we've done the owl turns, yeah. We'll do it on Monday, we'll try and work out what it is.
Yeah.
Nice. Right. Which is the favourite one. Yeah. So I try and do slightly different things in each of my classes. Then if somebody comes from another class, then they're not learning the same thing, they're learning something else. It's quite good. So yeah, very exciting. On Thursday afternoons at Burwell, at the sports centre, 1 o'clock till 2, there'll be a Tai Chi fitness class. And it will be, we'll do floor work, there'll be stretching, there'll be punches and kicks, we'll be using little weights. It's going to be more challenging than most of the classes I teach, but not so challenging that you never ever want to come back. It'll just be that, you know, slightly pushing the boat out, but only because obviously I want everyone to come back the next week and go, oh, I feel. But it's for the basic idea is we're looking at bone density, we're looking at flexibility, mobility, we're looking at cardio. So it would be what I would describe as character building, but only mildly character building, because you know you've got to be, but not that.
A course.
Yeah, it would be a course, Tai Chi fitness group. I'm not sure how long it's for. The council are trying. They've been given some money, which is very unusual from the central government, to promote fitness in rural areas, and this counts as a rural area. And now we do this. There we go. And so it's going to be like I think it's like a 3-month trial or a 6-month trial. The one I'm doing, they're keeping it going for 6 months because of sewing. They really need stuff in sewing. But this one, I think it's definitely at least 12 weeks. And then hopefully we'll get enough interest. But you'd be it's not going to be unachievable, but it will be just slightly pushing the boat out because you've got to be realistic with these things, not be too ambitious. Okay, there's that one. Right, and then we'll do this one. So we're just staying upright. We're not going into a full. If you want to go into a full horse stance, feel free. But we're just doing the.
That's it.
Whatever.
No, you'd need to split the skirt. You'd need to split the skirt and then yeah.
Stretching.
Well, it was like when yeah, like culottes. Oh, who was it? One of my so like this, so one of my exercise friends, Tai Chi, the more fitness end. He foolishly forgot his change of tracking bottoms, so he was in very tight jeans trying to do, and he says, "I'm not doing that again."
Yeah.
You've got to wear the right stuff.
Yeah.
So these are nice because you can do stretching in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Doesn't
good.
matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah. Yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And then if anyone's interested, on the 17th of April, Mark is teaching the Yang style Taijiquan. Yang style Qigong. And I've done it before, but I've forgotten it. So what I do is I'll do it and then I'll learn it off him, and then I'll teach it here. And then we'll have learnt it. And then I go, oh, that was nice. And then we go back to doing what we normally do. And then I'll completely forget how it goes. And then luckily he'll be teaching it again. So like what happened with the Buzz Bungee. So I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks. I just got to pay for it. Marvellous. So on the 29th of April at Kingfisher's Bridge on Tuesday, between 1 and 4, we'll do a very long, nice warm-up, tuning body up. And then Nikki's going to play her golden cushion things for a sound healing. And then we're going to stop for tea and cake. And I will bring cakes that I can eat as well, so that's good. And as well as the other ones. That's great. Okay, so that was a little. So what we're going to do? It's going to go like this. Come in, step, and we're going to just step forwards. Yeah, probably best if you all pick a direction and all maybe line up, so we're not clashing. And then we step back, toe heel, transfer the weight. Let's just slow this down. That. You feel, you set, and this really moves. Yeah, we're doing backwards. We're doing backwards and then we're doing forward. So you just find a little channel. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. And you're so imagine you're like a nimble and agile cat. So I've been watching cats a lot. Because in the Tai Chi classics, it says move like a cat. And Big Master Chen, when I went to see Grandmaster Chen, he would move and he'd stand still and things. And then every now and then he'd do this like little ripply thing. I saw Missy do that, Missy the cat. And I thought, oh, and then Missy, before she lies down, she'll stretch and she'll wiggle around and get herself just so. And now try going backwards. Toe heel, get that. Then you transfer the weight. Then you draw the front foot in.
You slide it.
Yeah, I slide it. Which is why on Mondays it's harder because we've got that carpet that sits. So and also if you do this on grass, you've got to lift the foot a bit more. Okay, so now let's just do this. So I'll just show you that. So like this, and we're tall, and the feet, the heels, are shoulder width apart. So you want to make sure you've got a nice wide base as well as a long. Eventually, you want to be quite generous with that foot. And then you sink into the back foot, and that's relaxed. So this knee is relaxed and slightly bent, so it's not straight. And when you sink forward, this knee is slightly bent. And the back foot angle depends on how your leg waddles on. So what feels comfortable to get the hips and the shoulders square up, and we're going like this, and we're breathing, and we're nice and tall. And you want to keep the head nicely balanced on the top so that you're not putting your 3 bags of sugar strain on the shoulder. Because that was just something that my cello teacher, she teaches Alexander as well, she's very good. The only problem with Alexander, you can't really hit people with it, it's not martial art. Whereas this is a martial art, which is very good. So you can feel happy and relaxed, and every now and then, oi, get off my handbag, you know, it's all good. So, and then you come back. So you can now feel that shoulder width. Feel that shoulder width. We just go back to side side. And there's pulling there, and the rest is hanging down. So this should feel quite relaxing, not relaxing, soft, springy feeling in the body. So it's like the impression I got from Big Master Chen, Grandmaster Chen Shaohan, was he was very serene, and he had this impression of feeling very content, but on the positive end of content. This just very nice, open, soft thing. But underneath, you would not want to nick his sweeties. You know, it had this really good. That's what you're trying to aim for. And then try forwards and back again. Try forwards and back. Oh, you found the floor forwards. Well done. And we're just rocking. There we go. And then just get it, let your weight just settle just behind the ball of each foot. And now you turn your other foot out. And you're keeping that shoulder width gap. So when you step forward, you want to keep that gap. So notice where the knee is pointing, where the toes pointing, and go along that same line, so that when you step forward, you've got a good gap between your heels. You might need to bring it in a bit. That might be too uncomfortable being out there. So you can have a bit of you can adjust it, because obviously people's hips, different widths, or the shoulders, it's whatever's comfortable, however it works for you. And we're just breathing in.
There's a reason why they have sleepy tiger eyes.
Yeah, it's a martial arts thing, and it's to do with, I think it's your liver meridian. When the Chinese doctors look at your face, they'll do facial diagnosis, and one of the things they'll look is the eyes to see what might be going on, because that can give you. It's really complex, and it takes a long time to learn the Chinese medicine.
So you're not going to do Taijiquan and smiling.
You do smile. It's a bit like that picture, Mona Lisa picture. You know, she had this slightly inscrutable but mildly smiling expression, because you don't want to give, because it's a martial art, you don't want to give things away. So there's this soft penetrating gaze that's not like, come and let me go hard enough. Just relax. Yes. Quite.
There you go. Cool.
Big neck. Yeah, so now what you can do is like this. So, you like this. So you raise the toes, raise the heels. Just do it sitting down. Perfect.
So you're not giving away your neck.
Yeah, give it a rub. Yeah, get the circulation going, because that's the one that needs replacing, isn't it?
This is the one.
How long? I thought they were going to do it a few months ago. Or are you still on the waiting list or something?
No, I haven't gone to consult the surgeon yet.
Oh.
I'm not ready for that.
Okay.
I'll put up with it.
Yeah, you have all the cod liver oil and all that.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm taking one of the roses. I was 50.
Well, that's good.
You've got shares in it now.
Yeah, and then step round.
Maybe a bit profit.
So yeah, there you go. So you need to make sure your feet are placed in the. Yeah, you've done loads already this week. You can just sit and you can hold up the scorecards for, you know, we don't know.
I'll have 12 out of 10.
Yeah, you've got to listen to your body. And if your body's saying, I think I ought to sit down now, just sit down. This is a boot camp. Thursday is the boot camp. So we're nice and tall. So the sleepy tiger eyes, it's a soft penetrating gaze, but it's not proper like, it's not Friday night at the pub in Newcastle kind of, no offence to anyone in Newcastle. Some pubs in Newcastle, or any pub anywhere, all over the UK, there's always one of those pubs where you go to have a, you know, yeah. So that's the, so when you're, okay, let's, oh, this will confuse everyone. Good choice. Just go for a nice walk. How to next time you see someone in the street from Taijiquan, this is how you can have a chat. How are you? I'm all right. Did you see that thing on the telly? Oh yeah, terrible, wasn't it? You know, things like that. Very nice. Look, they're doing it now. And then have a chat. You can practice chatting. Thai chat, yeah. So when you're walking, oh, that's everything. Oh dear. So yeah, sorry, that Emma did that one. Just one arm at a time, that's bad enough. So when you go backwards, it's toe, then the heel. 6, 7, 8. Very nice. And then let's try. Oh dear, that's horrible. Oh my goodness. Is that right? I don't know. Is that right?
Your feet together.
It's when, you know, as soon as you change hands, it all falls apart, doesn't it? It's amazing, isn't it? So, but we know what to do. When things fall apart, what to do? We've got to calm down. Oh, I'm terrible at this.
Tai Chi dancing now.
Yeah, strictly Tai Chi. So, yeah, so one thing, I went to Mike's class as well, because he's really, really good. He always says, first in the mind. So before we do anything, we calm the mind. So like when we did that one that Tara does, when you imagine the thoughts are like clouds that clear, and then you can see the blue sky there. So there's this lovely blue sky when you do that. So you don't worry if you haven't calmed it yet, because they kind of do that a lot. And if you've got a lot on, it's quite hard. But you've got to be calming with reality, not just right, I'm going to empty my mind. Impossible. But what you do is it's a bit like if you've got muddy water and you stir it, and then when you let it, it will settle and the mud will be on the bottom and then the clear bit will be up. So it's that kind of thing rather than chucking the mud out. Because you might need that later, you know, there might be. So let's do this. And we're just breathing and we're just calming down. So first in the mind, so you're just feeling it clear and calm and settle down. It's called settling down. If you can't fully allow it to settle. And then when the mind settles, then the body, then you start relaxing your muscles. So oh, don't worry, if you're doing something else, it's fine. Just enjoy whatever it is you'll do, because you were exploring and we're experimenting. This is like a that's beautiful, and then we go backwards because I'm running out of space. There we go. So you want the shoulders relaxed, and things are just nicely aligned, nicely aligned. And then what Eva likes to do is she likes to randomise it, just to kind of really mess your brain up. Oh dear, that's going to be. I need a waltz. I need music, yeah. There is waltz music, dancing with bears. I'll put the Uncle Waltz waltzing with bears song on. I love that. Bears too. Yeah, the song. I played it yesterday at the. I do a special needs music thing, and they like the waltzing with bears song. So, well, of course they do. I mean, who wouldn't want to go waltzing with bears? Well, very good, very good, very good. How are we doing? I'm going to have some water. Wow, which is now victory. Is that it? I mean, have you seen Taijiquan about it or anything?
Oh, I've seen something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they ought to have done something.
There's lots of pieces. Doesn't matter, I just have to be careful.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I was digging holes.
The thing is, the thing is, if you've had something for that long, you're actually more of an expert than so-called experts.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Because you know how you work, so you've got to, and also listening to what you do. Yeah, I've almost fixed that bit in the shoulders. Definitely.
because the physiotherapist is more hard than the
The problem is with physiotherapy.
I went to a chiropractor who said, don't you bend that part.
Yeah.
That was when I was about teaching and I was
Yeah.
and I just about 29 and he said, imagine that fixed. And I did that, and I well, but if I do dig on or do something silly, then it's
Maybe you need to work on the spotting.
So you didn't like that.
Yeah. Because the one I've got, I see an osteopath because I had the same thing. The physio was doing these exercises and they're all jerking and his posture was terrible. And I thought, now that's going to wreck them. And then I worked on what he did, and then I worked it out myself, Taijiquan. And I turned them into Taijiquan and they worked much better. And then I went to see an osteopath and I told her this is what's wrong with my back. And she said, yes, that's right, I can feel it. Whereas when I told that to a physio, he was like, you don't see it.
A lot of physios thinks exercise is going to solve everybody's prevention.
And what you sometimes need is
manipulation. Because if you've got slip disc and your nerves are being squashed,
that's right.
doing exercise on the squashed nerve is
what you need to do is you need to clear the squashing through manipulation, and also you need to lengthen it. Yes, so if you can, there's no demonstrating. But you hang, and then you just let that, and that will help, and that will help that. Because the problem is with the nerves, when they're impacted with the discs and things, what you need to do is you need to clear space. And what the osteopath was doing, very gentle soft tissue manipulation to clear the space. And then what I was doing, I was using a hammer, and also I've been lengthening and stretching, and that seemed to be doing some stretching. The problem is if you're exercising on a bit that needs clearing, that's not going to work at all. So yeah, so there we are. Anyway, back to what were we doing? We're walking and lots of crazy stuff. Should we try? Yeah, try that one, but without turning too much. So the dragonfly skims the water, because I really like that. And we'll have a look at my take on the screw, and then we'll have a look. But basically, if you listen to your body, really listen. And yeah, I've been watching cats a lot because it's much nicer than politics. And also it means I get to practice watching Tai Chi because they move, the way they move, they're all very connected. and very fluid, like even little ones, even little kittens. And yeah. And if you stretch before you go to bed, and then stretch when you wake up and do some mobilising, like what the cats do, because it says in the Tai Chi classics, move like a cat. And then I saw Master Chen, and he was like, he'd be like doing some standing, and every now and then he'll kind of go, and I'm like, Missy's done that. So I was like, oh, okay. So I've been trying it out, and yeah. So like this. So you sink down, and then if you want, you can just do that. If you're feeling courageous, you can woo like that.
Opposite hand to leg.
Opposite hand to leg, yeah. And then you walk backwards. It's very good. It's called Dragonfly Skims the Water. Dragonfly skims the water. It's not called Dragonfly crashes into the water and drowns. That's different with and you want to be the there we go. Marvelous. It's a good one. It's another one that's quite good because of the up and downness. And it's quite a good one if you're having a bit of a bad day. And then what you can do is, if you want, you can do it hop. So you can. It's very nice. Backwards. Backwards.
Definitely.
Yeah, you need some music that's more interesting than that. But if you're feeling a bit, you can do it on the. If you're having a bad day, you just do a little bit of it. And then that's like it's a bit like the happy walking. You did the happy walking. So yeah, the cross lateral stuff. So that's the happy walking. So if you're having a bad day, just do that until you feel better. You feel much better. You feel much better when you've stopped. But, what's another one? Because you kind of think, oh, and then you think, oh, yeah. But like the bouncing. So when my nieces, when they were 1.5 years old, they had a little table and special chairs they could sit on so they could copy the adults. And then one was that side of the table and the other was that side. And they were talking to each other in gobbledygook and bouncing. And I was like, oh, that's good. So I joined in with them because I thought, well, this is great. It was really good. So, and they were very happy. So if you bounce, you can yeah. There's lots of little physical tricks you can do to change your emotional state. I mean, if you're miserable about something, you will still be miserable about it, but it might take the edge off a bit. And that's all you need sometimes. It's like, from a martial arts point of view, sometimes you just need a little gap, and then you've got them. They've missed. Just that little bit of, it's, yeah. Happy Phoenix. We better do Happy Phoenix, You can do it as a like this. So we'll do the hands. So like this, and then up like that. And this is safe to do for people with heart things. This is safe because we're not leaving the arms up in the air. We're just doing that. We're doing that. And that's like a beautiful lotus. Actually, lotus flower open. That's good. And we'll do the feet on their own. You can do it sitting down too. So you transfer the weight and then you push for the weight and push. Like when you're shutting the door with your foot. I quite like to do that just because it's good practice and sometimes. And you sink, and then you go. You can actually go up if you want. You don't normally go up, but for the purposes of this exercise, and you go happy. You say the word happy, happy, and Happy. It's great. I love it. I really like the silly ones. They're my favourite silly exercises. Fantastic. And you can go for a happy walk doing happy phoenix. So we can do, just think happy every time. Oh, I feel so much better. Oh, this is wonderful. Happy, and then try walking happily backwards. Happy. Yeah, once more for the children. Happy very marvellous. Good choice. That was great. I feel like I've done something today. Very nice. Yeah, it's nearly 12:30, so if you need to shoot off,
You've got a double booking.
you've got a double booking.
Your feet are going to get done.
Well, you've made your feet happy already. So I'll just do these. So try a bit faster. So look, so you can, and then slow. Oh.
Got some keys somewhere.
Oh yeah, don't forget your car keys.
Hey!
Fantastic. Oh, I like it. Yeah. So if anyone wants to work on a particular theme, just let me know before the class and we'll do it for an hour and see what happens. It's great. I love it. Really good, sir. Really. Oh, we didn't get a chance to do tree Qigong or health dance, but we can try that. We did 40 minutes of standing and then 20 minutes of health dance. Ooh, yeah. Pretty nice.
It'd be nice to put all the animal ones together.
Oh, I love those. Oh, an animal magic day. Oh, that'd be great. All the animal ones. Yeah. Well, I'd like to learn the 8 animal phonics as well. I'd like to learn this because they're just great. Because I just like wildlife shows anyway. So.
Does anyone remember Johnny Morris?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what the TV is missing, a kind of Johnny Morris. It is personally.
Yeah, David Attenborough's not the same, is it?
I mean, no, but he's lovely. I mean, all the gorillas love him, but it'd be nice if we could get. I know it's a bit anthropomorphic, but it was fun.
It was funny.
Yeah. I don't think it caused any harm what he did, so I think it was nice, and it got people very interested in animals. I think it's a good thing. So just rub our hands together.
There's some YouTube of it.
I remember to record this album. It's all fun. And rub my hands together and give your lower back a rub. So. Nice. Breathe in. Breathe out. I know, it went fast today. I mean, we did a lot. We did a lot in the time. I'll just stand for a moment. So just feel the hips sink, feel the head float. Just take some slow, deep breaths. So you're following the breath in, following the breath out. Following the breath out. And then push the right hand, left hand on the top together. And back. Really, that was a nice something. Yeah, great. Right. I can have a cup of tea now. I like it. Right, tea time. Tea time. Brilliant. Thanks for coming. Hope that was good for you. More of the same next week. Bye. Bye.